Hi, so this is Wes from W Farmstead. So one of the things about farmsteading is you do all kinds of stuff, or homesteading, or whatever you want to call it. So one of the things that we wanted to do was be sure that we had a way to do some cooking to entertain people and, entertain family and everything else. So what we did here is we ended up getting a smoker here. This is a smoker. This is a Yoder YS640s, okay? And it is made in Oklahoma. It's at USA, excuse me, not Oklahoma. It's made in Kansas, actually. So Tanya and I just went on ahead and we purchased this.
Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, it's Father's Day gift and birthday gift and Christmas gift, anniversary, and Father's Day again, and birthday and Christmas and anniversary. So you know how that goes. So, but we're going to go on ahead. What you have to do, all of what I've read and the way they've done it is with this, you have to cut these straps here, and over here on the side, it says this end up for assembly, okay? So what we have to do, we cut everything free, move the box off here, and then we set it up, and then we attach the legs, assemble the legs and everything else for this. So what I'm gonna do is go on ahead and see if I can cut this. Yeah, the ribbon cutting. And we're gonna look and see what's in the top of it. I have no idea what's in that top box.
It's delivered by FedEx.
It's delivered by FedEx Freight. Well, I don't have to do the, look at this. See if I can get this. Oh, there we go. We did end up purchasing this from a company called All Things Barbecue. It's attbbq.com. See it right there. So the guy we got it from, we purchased from, was his name was Brett. No, they don't sponsor us. Believe me, I wish they did, because I wish this cost a small fortune for this thing. But Brett was awesome and really helped us out. And I guess the owner of ATT or ATBBQ and Yoder work together a lot. So I'll have to look up the history sometime and tell you, but supposedly they work together real well and stuff. So there was a couple things that we got. We got a package that's basically, if you look on atbbq.com and you look at the Yoder YS640 Smoker Pellet Smoker, they have packages you can get with it. And we got the largest package, so it came like with the cast iron griddle. It came with the half size rack for the top. It came with the, sorry, it is a little bit warm out here. It came with the grease protection in the front. Oh my gosh, it came with the grates for searing, and came with all kinds of stuff. Yeah, which we'll see as we unpack. So I have no idea what the heck this is. No idea. And of course, you know what? I have no idea what I just did. Oh, here it is, the knife. These things always sprout legs on me, So yeah, our channel's kind of all over the place, but oh, this is the they gave us the barbecue mat. So this is a barbecue mat, is what it is. But yeah, I know our channel's all over the place, but you know what? Isn't that part of farmsteading and homesteading and everything else that we all do? We do all kinds of stuff. They always say, oh yeah, if you're going to do a YouTube channel, you guys need to focus on a subject and stay towards that subject. The problem is life hits everybody, especially people who are trying to, eventually get animals and stuff like that, like we are and everything, well, we end up, doing all kinds of stuff. So basically a jack of all trades, master of none. So, all right, here's
We'll
some.
see when we put this together.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. So here's something else. Oh, yeah. This is the half rack that comes with it. No, this isn't stainless steel. It is metal. Okay, you can get the stainless steel. And you know what? After the price I paid for this, or that we paid for all this and everything, I was not about to get the stainless steel. That may be something else you can get later, because to get all the stainless steel grates, it's $499 for that. So we want to put this over here. All right. Yeah, this is the cast iron griddle. Holy smokes, that thing's heavy. Oh my God. This is a cast iron griddle. Put that right there. And they gave us 100 pounds in pellets. Came with it. So I'll put these pellets over here. I'm going to end up using them for the burn in. So, and I'm going to have to use that bag. It's got a little hole in it. Hence, when I threw it down, I saw the pellet go flying across the floor. So, but look at this. They gave us a sweet 180 barbecue sauce. Another one that's smoke on wheels barbecue sauce that came with it. Got this Cattleman's Grill smoky chipotle seasoning. You got this Yardbird rub that they gave. Well, they didn't give with it. We paid for it, but you know what I mean. You got the Cattleman's Grill Steakhouse. Then we got this Cattleman's Grill California tri-tip. So I'm going to put this stuff over here on top of that. Pull these out. And this, I ended up getting this because when I show you here in a minute, the grill grates that go on it, this will make it easier. I've watched a bunch of YouTube videos, and this will make it easier for cleaning those grill grates and stuff. I'll show you that here in a minute. All right. So let's see what the last thing is. Oh, this is the grease shield. This is the grease shield that goes down the front. And then here's a spatula. It says Yoder Smokers on it. I don't know if you can see it. It says Yoder Smokers on it, but this is specifically designed spatula that goes in between the grates. Yeah, and then what do we got here? Oh, here's a digital thermometer that they send with it. And then what the heck is this? Oh, there's the grates. If you can kind of see down in there. So I'll show putting the grates on a little bit later, but as you can tell, you can kind of see where that goes down in between. So I'll show you a little bit later, and then that's the guard. So we'll go on ahead and close this up now that I know what that is and put it over here. Okay. So here comes the fun part. Tanya didn't know I was going to make her work. So you come here, and what it says this end up for assembly. If you can see this right here, this end up for assembly. Boom. So it says open other end. Isn't that just fantastic? So we don't want to open this end because it tells us we want to open the end that's down there on top of the crate. So I'm going to have Tanya help me. We're going to push the thing up so it's on this edge over here. Don't put your foot. Help me push. There you go. Woo! Man, that thing was heavy.
I was stuck in there.
Uh-oh. Ooh, look at that. It's well packaged, I can tell you that. Wow. Okay. Okay, so here's one of the grates. See if I can get a hold of it. Okay, that's the front grate. Man, that thing, I wish you could feel that. That is heavy duty. Here, feel it, dear.
Oh, God.
That is heavy duty. That's the diffuser and second shelf. Here's box 2. Okay. All right. Of course, instructions. Yeah, don't feel bad about reading instructions. Okay. All right. So those are the skirt boards. Okay, those are the long ones. All right. Go on ahead. Man, I wish I had a nut driver. Okay. I wish I'd have brought the little impact. You know that? I don't know if that's fact or truth, so maybe, maybe not. But it does smell like it. That's the only thing I can say. But otherwise, yeah, this thing's built pretty good so far. All right, so I'm going to have to do this side now, which is the last remaining. So we got that into there. Yep. All right. Okay. Ooh, I was waiting for that to poke me in the butt. Okay. Step 8. Okay. Okay. What you do right now is you only put in the bottoms, because the reason is in these instructions it has us take this, turn it around, and put it onto these right here. Okay. So once I get this on, that over there, so that's why I didn't tighten this down, because you're going to want it to be able to flex a little bit so that we'll be able to get it over that and that. Okay, this part right here and that part right there. So, uh-oh. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, so what we have to do is, if you follow the instructions here, I don't know how much you can see, we have to turn the cart around that we just built. And this is the reason why I left these lower ones down here. I left all them loose so that everything can kind of move around on the cart. But you take it, big wheels, it'll turn this way. So let's go on ahead and do what we're supposed to be doing. Okay, big wheels, but you see how you can move the cart around. It's got movement. So that way it'll take and it'll go over these pretty easy. But we do that and they go up over the little parts right here. And then we put screws or put the bolts through it and then bolt it. There'll be 8 bolts, 2 on each leg. And that's pretty much it for that part. Okay, so bear with us now. You're going to need at least 1 bolt. So what we'll do is,
These bolts?
yep, one of those. What we do, we've got to get this bottom part into here on both sides, there. This needs to come up over here, and this one goes over here. Then once we get it over, you'll see this hole will line up with this, and you just drop that down through.
Okay.
Okay? So it may not be as easy as, well, hold on. Let's get, hold on. Okay, go on and get that one on. All right, so basically what it says to do, I'll bring it down into here. Okay. Now, put your foot down here.
I got foot.
Well, I've got foot too right there. Okay, now grab down here. God! Holy mackerel. Wow! You better turn that thing around. They totally missed it. Wow. There's the extra bolt. Holy macaroni. Man, that thing was heavy. So now we got to get in here and tighten all these bolts. They're not very easy, so I don't think I'll bore you with this part right here. So I know there's stuff in here. Yep, there's things in there. Oh, look at that. There's a quick reference guide for your beef doneness, pork, poultry, yeah, fish. That's where the pellets fall into. And then you got the ceramic igniter. It's right there. And see, the pellets fall in from up here. So the pellets are in here. Pellets only travel that far, 1.5 inches is all they travel. And then when they're up here, they fall down into where this pot is. So basically what that does for you is it makes it so that you don't have the pellet, fires with pellets that go back up the auger and stuff. So it's pretty neat. And then you got your baffle right here. So I'm gonna, okay. Okay, yeah, so that's against there. So yeah, the baffle goes in and out like that. So what this does is down here when you have the baffle over top, this baffle makes it so that it'll keep your heat and stuff in this area. They say that what you need to do is bring it down 5 inches, so about like that right there, and it'll give even heating over the whole chamber. But yeah, see, there's a lot of feeling a lot of grease and stuff like that that needs to be burned out of here. So The other thing that we have coming is we have a pizza oven for it coming. That's what Tanya had to have, was a pizza oven. But, well, all right. So we'll pick up here in a couple days, finishing stuff off. Then we'll do our initial setup, burn off, and then burn in, burn off, whatever. You got people who say burn off. Some people say burn in. You know, I'm going to burn the dang thing, okay? So I'll probably run it for about 2 hours instead of an hour. Maybe run it for 3 hours. I don't know. Then what we'll do is I'll take and I'll clean out all the pellets and stuff in there in a hurry. Make sure everything's cleaned out real good. And I'll take olive oil spray, and I'll spray olive oil all over in this and everything and season it. And I'll spray it all over the grill, the grates, the diffuser, all around on the inside, on the lid here, and everything else. Okay? All right. So we'll see you here, coming up here shortly. Okay. So you can tell, change clothes. So this is a different day. Let's get back to what we had came to the realization is this thing's too heavy for us to move it around if we want to. Beyond the concrete here. If we were to get it out here or move it down there to the RV or anything else, we would have problems with this. Okay? We got the 640s, which is what they call the standard stand. Okay, so this is a 640s. You have also the 640 with a competition stand. Now the competition stand has big 8-inch rollable wheels, or wheels that you could take and you can move this all over the place. Well, when I was ordering this, when we ordered it, and I've been looking at it and everything else, you never realize the weight and how much it does weigh and how much the reality is. Yeah, they say, oh yeah, this thing weighs 320, 330 pounds. You don't think about it until you go to lift it and go to move it around. Then you're like, holy mackerel. Well, when you're doing research, you're like, oh, I've got to cut money. I need to go with the standard stand, and I'm not going to move it around a lot, but
we're not in competition.
Yeah. But the other thing is when we were looking at the stands and stuff and the different versions, it's like this says competition cart. And we're like, well, we're not in competition. Why would we want that? It's like $500 more for it. So we're like, man, why would we want to do that? So we went on ahead and went with this. Well, came to the realization that we should have got the competition cart. And really what they need to name it is the Yoder 640 mobility and competition rack. That way, people like us who are just starting out, would think, hey, that's for mobility. Well, our salesperson at All Things Barbecue, he told me, he goes, if you're going to move it around a lot, you really need this other one. And, of course, I was thinking that cha-ching of the $500 extra and everything at the time. And I'm like, no, I better not do it. Yeah, and we just did not realize the weight and moving it and everything else, that it was going to be that much of a problem. So, yeah, my suggestion is get the competition cart when you buy the thing, because it's like $500 when you buy the grill. When you didn't buy, put it this way, when you buy the competition cart alone and have to swap out the standard cart for it, it's $695. Okay. So us coming to the true realization that we need to have the competition cart. or mobility cart as we call it. So that's what we ended up doing. So before we even burned in this grill or anything else, we're going to take and we're going to put in the, we're going to swap out the standard base for the competition cart. We ended up taking off and going to Wichita yesterday, and we happened to call into All Things Barbecue, and they ended up having 3 mobility carts, and or 3 competition carts, excuse me. We call it mobility carts, but they had 3 of them, and they had just gotten them in that morning. Well, we ended up purchasing one, and then we started to think, well, maybe we ought to change this color that we want, because they had black, orange, and gray, silver. Well, gray. They had black, orange, and gray. And we were thinking, well, maybe we ought to get, we ended up purchasing the orange. And then a couple hours later called in and said, well, could we change it over to the silver? And they were like, no, we've already sold those carts. So man, those carts go in, they're gone. It's probably a bunch of people like us who are kind of ignorant on the situation, and realize, yeah, if we're going to move around this thing and, you know, move this to places and everything else, we need to have the competition cart, or we call it the mobility cart. But so that's my 2 cents worth. This is just the initial setup of this. We're going to also take a video of us changing out the bottom here and putting on the competition cart and stuff. So I hope I didn't ramble on too much, but hopefully if you're seeing this and you're thinking about one of these YS640s and you ever want to move it around, I'd think about the competition cart.
You want to move it on grass.
Yeah, or move it anywhere.
Gravel.
If you just want to move it pretty much anywhere, you need to think about the mobility cart. You know, just it's definitely well worth it to purchase it at the time. So, all righty. Well, we'll be back later on. We appreciate you. Y'all have a good one. Hi, this is Wes W. Farmstead. Okay, I just went over that we made a grave mistake when we purchased our Yoder. We should have got the competition cart. Well, we call it the mobility cart, but here it is right here. If you notice, after the hinges, there's a Phillips or a Allen head. There's an Allen head there. Well, when I went to look at it, I found a nut corresponding inside here. And you pull that nut out, and look, I'll have to take this bolt out right here, but that'll slide off. The big thing is this puppy right here, because that counterweight on this thing is flipping heavy.
And we're doing that so that I can help.
Yeah, and we're doing it so that Tanya can help me lift, and she should be able to help me, because I'll give her this side over here. But that's kind of what we're figuring. So of course I've got to go down here, and we've got to pull off the top nuts. There's 2 nuts on each corner so that it'll pull up. Now the one thing that we will probably do, since we already have the mobility cart or the standard cart down here, what Tanya and I were talking about is, you know, it's a great little cart. We may take and just build a little table out of it and put butcher block on top of it, so that we can use it as a work table when we're cooking and stuff like that, you know, outside, and be able to move it around. So that may be a project at a later date when we do something like that. So that's pretty much it. Let me see if we can lift it up. Oh, I think we can do it. It's not as bad now. That counterweight's pretty heavy. Okay, tell them. Okay, pull it out of there.
It worked.
Yeah, you guys should
I didn't
would have
have
been,
the camera on.
yeah, well, would have been nice if you'd have seen it, but somebody forgot to put the camera on. But basically, I grabbed here and she grabbed there, and we lifted, and then we brought it over, and then we were that way just a hair, and then we brought it in and dropped it down. So it looks real good. I'm happy. Now we got to, of course,
Lid's back on.
you got to put the new bolts. Got a new set of bolts for it. Put it over here. As you can tell, you look at this cart. This cart right here, down here, will be a good little project. We'll have to bring it up about this high, and then we'll take, build like a little frame to bring it up, and then we'll put probably butcher block on it. And that'll make a nice little work cart for cooking and stuff, and then you can move it around all over the place. We've already got the cart, we may as well use it, All right, well, I'm gonna fasten this thing all down. So this was taking a Yoder YS640 from a standard cart and mounting it to a competition cart. Remember, they should call it a mobility competition cart, a mobile competition cart. Okay, so that people don't realize, when we were thinking about when we were buying this and we were looking at it and everything, we were thinking, hey, we're not competition, so we aren't going to be using this thing for competition. So why do we need the cart? And that's the exact thing that we did. And the salesman at All Things Barbecue, he goes, told me that, it's probably a good idea to have the cart. And I'm like, well, that $500 stared me in the face. And you know what? It goes to show you that it's always cheaper to do it at the time of purchase than it is to do it later on. It'll cost you more money when you figure out you make a mistake. So if you have a gut feeling that you should probably do it, you probably should go on and do it. Okay? All righty. Well, y'all have a good one. Take care.